Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are in the part of the world that you're in. As always, I start off by saying that I come to you humbly out of respect for life and life itself. Shout out to all my kings and queens, gods and goddesses. I claim that everything is well on your end, and I claim healing to sickness. And I claim blessings for those that have not yet received their blessings. And I also claim celebration for those that have received and acknowledge the blessings that they have received. It's another day, another topic. This discussion that we're going to have today is a discussion that's really something that I've been wanting to talk about. And as usual, there are a lot of things and thoughts that I hold in my head that is not quick to run out or throw up on my show. But as usual, there's always something that triggers the motivation for me to go ahead and push it out. So today's topic is going to be about dating. Yes. Dating in the Western world. My. Whew. It's been a lot going on, y'all. It's been a lot going on. Let's talk about it. For those who have not seen my shows, for those who do not know me, one of the things that I pride myself on when it comes to me articulating myself and speaking on such topics or trending topics or topics about what's going on in society, or what I like to call social commentary, as many of you have heard it before. I don't give opinions. I don't donate opinions. I'm not into donating opinions. Most of the time I'm speaking in general because I don't go at people personally, and I don't speak on individuals per se, especially on a public platform when we're talking about, social norms or app norms, depending on where you're in the world. So I want to talk about dating. And what I've noticed is, from my research, from my history, from my knowledge that I've received, whether advertently or inadvertently, whether it was from research that I discovered and dug up, whether it was from what I was taught or told, and whether it was from what I've seen. What I always seem to notice is that whenever it comes to how people move, how people act, and how people view and see things, most of it doesn't come from where it needs to come from. Some of it is not their fault. There is a level of victimhood involved. But of course, as usual, that's not an excuse. But a lot of it just comes from chosen ignorance, willful ignorance. And this is why I always preach to people that knowledge is two words. It basically means know what's over the ledge. Knowledge. Know ledge. Knowing what's over the ledge. People have died. I'm going to say this again. People have died. They've either got hurt, risked their lives, or died to discover things that has made your life as simple as it is. For example, flying. People died to learn how to fly. And now we don't think nothing of it but to just book a ticket on an airline app. We think nothing of it. We don't even think about the risk of flying until there's turbulence. It's nothing to us. In a lot of cases, we don't care. Just get us there. When you don't take the time to study, to research, to learn, then you'll never ever really discover anything. And when you don't do that, then what you do is you develop a pattern of willful ignorance. What do I mean when I say that? It's basically when you get of a certain age and all your viewpoints and opinions are based off everything that you've been told and taught. Most of none of it is of what you discovered. It's a difference between learning something and discovering something or having knowledge, wisdom. If you don't take the time to take the wisdom or knowledge that has been taught to you, then you will never really discover anything in order to further enhance and progress the next generation. You're not leaving nothing to the next generation for them to evolve from because you didn't evolve from what you were taught and told and or experienced. But I don't like to cater too much to the experience thing because that itself has become a psychological entrapment for a lot of people. Because it becomes a rest haven for people to be lazy. Whether it's psychologically, mentally, or physically, whatever. That's what it has come to. So with that being said, when you hear me talk about dating today, a lot of it is going to be from wisdom that was bestowed upon me, things that I were taught and told. As far as how I was raised, but not just that, it's also going to be from things that I've learned, sought, discovered, knowledge, all the way down to the root of words. Because a lot of us, we understand that, we're quick to say it's power in the tongue, it's power in the sword, but then we don't take the time to learn how to harness that power or control that power or manipulate that power to our benefit in order to be the best at what we speak and to bring certain things to reality or to bring power from what we speak. Learn what words truly mean. And I mean dig deep. And not get caught up so much by what Western society has laid claim to, because that alone, that means you're minimizing yourself and marginalizing yourself from having true knowledge. I mean, true knowledge down to the bone when it comes to facts. When you look in the dictionary or the Western dictionary and you see these words and you look at it and say the roots, it says old Latin version or old English version. You think you did your work, huh? You think you did it. You think you got it now. Did you not know that English is the youngest language in history? It's the youngest language on the planet. It's the youngest language on the planet. There are languages that are I'm thinking about money, that are 30,000 years old. We talking Hebrew. We talking about Arabic. We talking about languages that were spoken literally almost near the beginning of time. And with that being said, let's talk about this thing called dating. I'm about to love this, y'all. What is dating, you might ask? What is dating? Let's look it up. Let's look it up, y'all. What is dating? Let's look at the definition that is giving. What is the definition of dating? Let's see. And this is what I tell you what, I'm gonna save this. Sometimes I like to do a little freestyling just so people won't think that everything is just totally planned. And I like to kind of ride things out, but it just goes to show you. First of all, let me say this. Off the rip. You know what I was taught by married men and married women of past generations? Pre-80s babies, pre-70 babies. Dating. Dating is supposed to be only done to your wife, the person that you're in a relationship with, or the person who you both have agreed, or she has agreed to only talk to you. She has agreed to show her interest and give her time, and only you. So you got to ask yourself, well, what the hell done happened? Now dating seemed like to be something like going shopping. It's just something you do. And then you wonder why you're not getting nothing out of dating. You're wondering why dating has not benefited you as far as gaining or earning a relationship with someone, or a healthy one. That's because most of y'all shouldn't even be dating in the damn first place. Dating was never intended or meant to be, just something you do with people. It never was meant to be that. I was taught that the only person that a man should be dating is his wife, the person that he's in a relationship, or the person that has agreed to exclusively date him. Yeah, y'all, some of y'all shocked right now, right? Whoa, what? What? I didn't know this. What are you talking about? Then you got the ones who are saying, oh, I don't agree. They're already, instead of listening to learn and taking the time to process the information that I'm bestowing upon you, they're just waiting to respond. Because a lot of y'all, it's more important that people know how you feel than instead of growing and learning from what it is you're told, whether you agree with it or not. There are a lot of things that I didn't agree with that I still took the time to process it, because I cared more about understanding than I cared more about gaining understanding than being right or agreeing. So why is everybody just dating? That's all I hear. Date, 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 date. Let me tell you something. Real talk. Real talk, man. And I'm going to be straight up with you today. No sugarcoating. I'm going to get real urban today with my words. I'm going to mix a little bit of some of my urban is going to come out. Dating cost. Okay? At some point, dating is going to cost you. No matter how you look at it, dating costs. Even if you're not going to spend money, it takes gas to get there or pick her up. It's time and energy. So even if it's not costing you money, it's costing you something, whether it's time, effort, energy, emotion. Because when you're showing interest in someone and or they're showing interest back, then that alone creates a level of dopamine and your body gets worked up. Some have expectations, which you shouldn't have in the beginning, but some just have natural organic feelings that look for more the more that you are feeding each other this dopamine. And it's a few things that I don't play with. It's a few things I don't play with. Now, I just told you dating costs money. And it's one of a few things that I don't play with, and that's my money. I don't care how pretty you is. I don't care how fine you is. I don't care how sexy you is. I don't care how big your butt is. I ain't an ass man anyway. I mean, it's good to look at, but it ain't necessarily, it's nothing I need to be with you. That's not a deciding factor in if I want to pursue you or not. But not to be our subject back to court. Let me tell you something. And I want y'all to hear this, and I'm going to make this very clear. I don't pay to get to know nobody. I don't pay to get to know nobody. You think I'm going to pay you to get to know you? I don't condone pimping. I don't condone none of that. But I'm going to tell you what a pimp friend told me a long time ago. He say one or two things are going to happen in this life. He say either you going to pimp life or life going to pimp you. Rest in peace, man, dog. I was having relationships problems with my child mother, and I had a talk with him. And he was giving me some relationship advice, and he gave me some good one, and he kept it real simple and logical. And one of the things he said, I'm not going to tell you the other things he said, life going to do one or two things. Either you going to pimp life or life going to pimp you. Basically, what he was saying is that either you going to get the best of life or life going to get the best of you. And one of the things that I don't play with is my money, because I work hard for it. You think I'm going to break my neck to pay you to get to know you. Yet one of your many standards is that I got to have my money right. So which means that if my money ain't right or I ain't where you think I should be as a man, dealing with you, you don't even see me. You don't even respect me. I'm a bum to you. As what I hear a lot of these women like to call it. You know, it's a lot of name calling going on, even though most of it is really projection. They're projecting. You a bum. But yet you can't afford the same restaurant that you're demanding that men take you out to. I'm not paying to get to know you, sweetie. That's why I don't rush. I don't rush. I'll talk to you 3 months. Because I want to get to know you anyway. But you got chicks now that they're demanding that in order for you to even get to know them, that you have to take them out on a date. Like that has to be the first thing that you have to do. That's the first thing that they are requiring you to do. They even putting it in their bios. You want to get to know me, you need to take me out on a date. You need to date me. Talk about entitlement. That's like going to make groceries and you tell the grocery store, I'll pay you after I cook it. And you want to know the ironic part about these dating demands? The women are losing. Y'all got all these dating demands, but y'all the ones losing. You're losing. But then a guy like me who's not quick to spend his money on you and take you to high-end restaurants and stuff and pay you to get to know you, or we're bums, or we not the one, or, you better than that. Well, let me tell you something. Free game. You ever wondered why men will offer to take you out on a date before they even get your name? That never crossed your mind? Have you ever thought about that? A man will offer to take you out before he asks you your name. You want to know why? Because it works. It works. It works. What do you mean it works? This is what I'm saying. It's a reason why they call players player. Why do they call players player? Like, do y'all think that was just like, things have meaning to them? Nothing is said without meaning. Nothing exists without some kind of meaning. The reason players are called players is because their game is beating you at playing your game. I'm going to say it again. The reason why they call players players is because their goal is to beat women at playing their game. What I mean by that? Look, at the end of the day, whether it be the first date or the second date, even the third, maybe the fourth, I'll even push it to the fifth. At some point between him impressing you, you being attracted to him, and him feeding you drinks, alcohol, and good eating, a good time, and any other recreational drug that or other illicit activity that you may be into, that he's feeding you because he has discovered that's what you like, you're going to give up the box. You're going to give it up. Statistics show that. All them badass kids you got are proof of that. The evidence is there. Dispute it if you want. Refute it if you want. It doesn't matter. We got eyes. We can look around and see the results. It's a reason why why players have no problem asking you out on a date before they even ask you your name. And then you add to the fact that they may financially be able to bear that without it hurting their bottom line. Oh yeah. See, I don't understand where this mindset comes that women come out the womb. As soon as they 17, 16, 17, 18, they have this mentality that they already know men. You don't even know yourself yet. Your mama didn't know men. Your granny didn't know men. In some cases, they ain't got one. But all of a sudden, you just ironically are gifted with the knowledge of men and you know how they work. You might want to listen to the At My Mama's House podcast and listen to Roc give you free game. Because I just might save your womanhood. It's a reason why players play the game, because their goal is to win. They know 5 out of 10 times they're going to get the box. They're going to get the box. And the sad part about it is, guess who most of you women are catering to? Guess who most of you women are giving the first option at your box, at your time, at your heart? It's the men that are quicker to offer you on a date. Yeah, you might use some of them for food, but not all of them. Because in a lot of cases, y'all separate who you're using for free food and free dinner date and a free good time and those who you actually interested in. And them usually the ones who end up hurting you. And now you screaming victim and now you screaming men ain't ish. And now it's our fault because of the choices and decisions that you made. Because of how you wrongfully choose the men to court you. Ladies, let me say this. If you are dating multiple men and I'm one of the guys you're dating, then technically you're already cheating on me if I have any real interest in pursuing you farther than trying to hit your box. You're already cheating on me. Because if you plan your options with me being involved with you, then I know what you're capable of when we be in a relationship and or things get rocky. You're going to start looking. You're going to start going in them DMs and check out your reserves, your standbys. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. See, I ain't green. I ain't green at all. You understand? And there are just some things that I know not to entertain. So take this information that I'm giving you and take heed to it. That's even if your heart is right. That's even if you are wife material. If you are wife material, then take heed to this. I'm here to help you, my sisters. Not here to tear you down. The truth hurts sometimes. The truth don't always come in a pretty box. Sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes the truth will anger you. Sometimes the truth will make you mad. Sometimes the truth will make you want to fight somebody. Sometimes the truth will make you want to hurt somebody. Especially if you got thin skin. You shouldn't be dating multiple men. Guys, you shouldn't be out offering to take multiple women out on dates unless you're a player. If you're a player, play on. Because at the end of the day, what men and women have to understand is that love is a gamble. And where a lot of you women lose is that y'all don't view love as that. So you don't play by those rules. And that's why you lose more than win. See, men understand that love is a gamble. So we play the rules of the game to win. We're strategic. We're logical. See, men already come in the game saying, okay, look, I might have to go through 2 to 10 girls before I find my wife, before I find a good wife. We understand that. We come in the game prepared, as prepared as we can be. Not woman. Woman expect the next to be the best. Because they so hung up on themselves and saying, oh, I got the best coochie. I'm the best looking. I got the best going on. I'm better than the next chick. What dude wouldn't want to marry me? I'm the best looking chick. I'm the hottest chick. I got the best coochie in the world. They expect the next to be the best. And then you wonder why you're losing. That's like betting all your money on every time you roll the dice, hoping you're going to hit 7 or 11 on your point. But when you see men play dice, they don't do that. They'll even bet the bar half the time to save themselves for what they bet on the front line. Just in case they lose, because they know it's a gamble. They know it's a possibility I might lose on the front bet. So let me play the bar. So if I lose on the front line, I can get some of my money back, if not all of it, back on the bar. Save the bar. Forgive me, y'all. I told y'all some of my urban was going to come out, so forgive me. But this topic is so controversial. It's so much hoorah and oopla going on about this dating game. But it's so flawed. There are so many bullet holes in this dating game. And a lot of it has to do with lack of knowledge. Because if you understand what dating is and the history of it and where it stems from and how you should go about it, then you will make better decisions. You wouldn't be out here dating like that. Another thing, the fact that women are out here demanding men date them, telling men that they need to take them out on a date, requesting that's a form of masculinity. Over aggressive. Because if you are so confident in your femininity, if you even have it, forgive me, y'all, you would know that that's something that you shouldn't be requesting or demanding of a man in the first place. But then y'all turn around and say chivalry dead. Well, a lot of you have taken away the man's ability to practice chivalry. Because you turn letting a man, take the lead in requesting that or asking that of you, and now you're just demanding it. You shouldn't be asking a man to take you out on a date anyway. A man asking a woman out on a date is him saying, I'm interested in you. I like you. Now, true enough, you have the percentage of men out there who are asking you out on a date because they just want to hit. I get it. But it's up for you. It's up to you to make sure you do the best at vetting them. That's why I told you. See, men who actually are looking for long-term relationship or looking to actually find a wife or a woman that he can see marrying, they're not going to be asking you out on a date before they ask you for your name. They're not going to do that. Because they know their worth. They know their value. And as such, you should, by not asking or requesting or demanding that a man take you out on a date. Because if you knew your value, then you would know now. I'll let them. If they like me, if they want this, they'll ask. See, the problem is we want everything instant now. We live in this microwave society, this instant oatmeal, this instant grits mentality. Have you ever tasted the difference between home cooked oatmeal and instant oatmeal? Major difference. Major difference in taste. One is very healthy. The other one is not healthy at all. I mean, I don't get it. Look what it says dating means. Two people that have agreed to enter into a romantic relationship and spend. I'm going to repeat it again. Dating means two people who have agreed to enter into a romantic relationship and invest in each other. Now, didn't I explain that to you earlier? I didn't have to read that to know this. I told y'all I was taught this. Thank God that there were happily married people in my vicinity, in my world, in my environment, in my surroundings that were able to give me these jewels. I mean, there you have it. There you have it. Another thing, when getting to know each other, ladies, it seems like it's almost ingrained. It seems like it's almost ingrained in so many females to interrogate you when they're getting to know a guy. I mean, it'd be the first conversation. How many kids you got? Where you work? Subconsciously and unknowingly and or knowingly, you're really asking the guy how much he makes. What are you looking for? What happened to your last relationship? The fudge? And the thing about it is, I don't mind a woman asking me questions. Actually, I promote it. I urge a person, ask me. Don't hold back. Ask me anything you want. But let's make it organic. Quick to say men impatient, but then y'all impatient. Y'all impatient in your own way. And we can tend to be impatient in our own way if we're not as mature as we should be. So let me explain. Don't ask a man how many kids he got off rip. Don't be asking a man where he work at off rip. Don't be asking a man what you looking for off rip. Don't be asking a man what happened to your last relationship off the rip. Now, I'm not saying you can't ask these questions. My point is that if you trust the process, then these things or these questions can come up organically. Let it be organic. Because you asking me where I work, you asking me how many kids I have, you asking me what I'm looking for, you asking me what happened to my last relationship. That's not asking me questions. That's an interrogation. That's not getting to know me. That's just you asking me all my damn personal business. They don't have nothing ish to do with me. Get to know me. Okay, I know some of you saying, well, what if he got 5 kids? I ain't dating nobody with 5 kids. I ain't trying to be in a relationship with nobody with 5 kids, 5 different mamas. I get it. But here's my point. See, now I'm finna go over a lot of y'all head. There's this thing I like to say that most relationships are prison ships. And the truth of the matter is that most relationships, or I'm not going to say most, a lot of relationships are not built on real friendships. You're not really being friends. What do I mean? What I'm saying is that if for some reason, if I organically trust the process and get to know you, and in turn I find out that you have something going on that I know that I'm not going to conform to, then there's always a way to benefit from meeting this person or getting to know this person without actually being in a relationship with them. I've built great business relationships with people that I've met on a flirting note. and actually still have friendships or relationships with them to this day. And it never ever even got to us actually messing around or dating or hanging out on a personal level. See, when there's real value in your life and there's something successful about you, then you understand that meeting people doesn't always have to end in a relationship or you sleeping with them or whatever, even if you met them on that note. If you can't be used, you're useless. So just because I've discovered something about you that is off limits to me as far as being with you, that doesn't mean that you don't have something else that's of value that I can benefit from knowing you. And this is why a lot of us as a people can't get nowhere, because we don't know how to truly market or network. Hollywood should teaches you, like Hollywood, your money means nothing to Hollywood. It's about relationships with people in Hollywood. It's about who you know, not just what you know. So when you ask questions like this, you got to understand that a lot of these are in the beginning are irrelevant questions. Let me give you another example. How many kids you got? Don't just be asking people that out the rip. Trust the process. My grandpa used to tell me, if you let a person talk long enough, they'll tell on themselves every time. And that's true in good ways and not so good ways. It depends on what the situation is and how it's benefiting you or hurting you when it comes to somebody telling on themselves. So, for example, instead of asking somebody how many kids you got, okay, you could just be having a conversation and then next thing you know, you on the phone with them and then you hear somebody in the background, Dad, Mama, I'm hungry. Okay, baby, I'm going to feed you in just a minute. Boom. You never had to ask them how many kids they got straight off the rip. But now you're in a position to where you just heard this man or this woman talking to their child saying they're going to feed them. Now you have put yourself in a position to where you can organically ask the question, oh, who's that? That's your kid? Yeah, that's my baby. Oh, okay, then that's what's up. How old is he or she? How many do you have? Oh, I got boom, boom. I got one. I got two. I got three. Okay, that's what's up. Give you another example. Hey, what you doing? Oh, nothing, just at work. Oh, for real? Okay, I'm at work too. Where you work? Boom. You ain't got to come out the gate interrogating me like you investigating a crime or something and I'm a suspect. Where you work? How many kids you got? Why you ain't in your last relationship? What you looking for? And I always find it funny whenever a woman asks me what you're looking for. And my answer always seems to shock them or throws them off or leave them speechless. And this is what I tell women when they ask me what you're looking for. You know what I tell them? I always kind of giggle and laugh a little bit. And you know what I tell them? I say, let me tell you something, sweetie. The only thing that I care to look for is car keys and TV remotes. And you know what has to happen for me to have to look for car keys or TV remotes? I have to lose them. If I don't lose my TV remote or my car keys, I have no interest in looking for them because they can be found. But if I can't find my TV remote or I can't find my car keys, then I do care to look for them because I need them. So stop asking men what they looking for. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you what they think you want to hear anyway. And secondly, if a man does tell you what he's looking for in a relationship, run. That's a red flag. Because real men ain't looking for nothing. You either have it or you don't. And only a simp going around looking for something in a woman. The only thing that a man should be looking for is his purpose and his drive. That's it. The only thing that a man should be looking for is his purpose and his drive. Because as long as he can attain that, the money will come. The success will come. The kids, the family, and a good wife will come. He ain't got to look for none of that. But if he look for his goal, his drive, if he seek that, his purpose, all that other stuff will come to him. He ain't got to look for that. So if any woman out there thinking I'm looking for him, they got another thing coming. And then you wonder why a lot of y'all cannot find a good man, because y'all looking for a man to look for y'all. Y'all job is to be looking for a husband. It ain't our job to be looking for a wife. Even in the Christian Bible, for those who are religious, he who finds a good wife finds a good thing. It's the difference between finding something and looking for something. He said he who finds a good wife. How do you find something? That means you stumble across it. Look means you search for it. It's a difference. It is a difference. Should no man be running around looking for no damn woman? That's simp activity. Because if he out there putting too much energy into looking for a woman, that means he lacking on looking for his purpose, his drive, his will, his goal. And don't get it twisted. Don't let some of these guys who are quote unquote successful fool you, because a lot of them got there on a technicality. Sometimes your pure talent can get you somewhere. How many rich dummies you know can't read? And were pampered into that. Come on now. Know the difference between the two. I looking for a damn woman. I wish I would go outside looking for a damn woman. What is 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, depending on where you live or where you go? Nah, man. Ladies, if you out there looking for a man to look for you, you already failed in your role to finding a husband. A woman that's in her femininity, that rests and lives and breathes in her femininity is not running around giving demands. They're not. They're not. Then a lot of you running around there talking about your God-fearing, but you're half naked. If you can't even respect the rules that God gave you as a woman, what makes you think that a man gonna date you or be with you? He know you ain't gonna respect him. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Before I lose my life to you trying to play by your rules that wasn't made for either of us to win, I will cheat to beat you before I suffer defeat from a mark ass op. Talking about you can't find a good man, but you sitting here, you sleeping with a man wearing fake jewelry. He wasn't real. He was wearing fake jewelry. Come on, man. And then y'all running around there talking all these words and these labels that y'all labeling black men now. You's a weirdo. These is weirdos out here. Bums. But yet we see women are demanding a dude make this much money, spend on them. And if they can't, then you talking bad to them. That's what bums do. Some of these bums do that. You don't give them, they got bums out here, you don't give them enough money, they cuss you out. Y'all just bums in a dress. And the sad part about it, it done got so bad that we can't tell the difference between the good woman and the bad woman because they all doing the same ish. They dressing the same, they looking the same, they talking the same. It could be a chick on the left side working corporate, making 6 figures. It could be another chick make $30,000 a year, even if she got a job, she paying her bills on child support and stuff, whatever, but they both have the same mentality. And you say there ain't no good men out here, but it's men in your DM, in your friend zone that's willing to love you and marry you, but you don't want them because they don't look the part. They ain't got enough tats. I met a girl that said that she won't even date a dude that ain't got tattoos. I can't make this shit up. Meanwhile, she got face tattoos, neck tattoos, chest tattoos, arm tattoos. Look here, man. Look here. Basically, a lot of y'all are just really prostitutes because you coming with a price to any guy that wants to court you. I mean, I don't get it. Throwing up FU signs in your pictures, all on social media, down in bottles like dudes, wearing men's size chains, men's size watches, talking about I got ops and shooting your ops. Like, you got to be kidding. Going on girls only trips for weeks at a time and got a whole husband. Your man can't tell you how to dress, but you'll go to work, and I bet you when you go to work, you're going to dress according to how that white man tell you to dress, or you're going to get your ass fired. So you listen to your boss, you listen to your preacher, you listen to your therapist, you listen to your girlfriend, you listen to your gay friend, but you come home and won't listen to your man. I can't make this shit up. All in you talking about accept my kids or you can move on. Shit, bye. Nobody want to talk to you and deal with them badass kids anyway. What they doing up past 12:30 and they got to go to school in the morning? You ain't being their mama, you being their friend. Black women are out here demanding respect without the responsibility of giving that same respect back. Just seen a video went viral. A lady wouldn't get out the car because the guy had took her to cheesecake because the original restaurant, she was late. She waited. It took her an hour to get to the car. So the reservation time was messed off because they didn't make it in time. So he took her to Cheesecake Factory. She gonna say, "Oh, I don't go to chain restaurants. You know who I am? I'm a queen." She was barely a 4 with makeup on. And told this man that she too good to eat at the cheese. Now, when did the Cheesecake Factory become a low-line restaurant? I can't make this up, man. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Black woman out here, Western woman, and I usually say black woman because that's all I date. You can date who you like. I like women with a little melanin in them. But my whole point is y'all are victims to your own issues. I remember my boy Hinch, he used to keep a Benz key on his keychain. And we would go out, and one day I said, "Why you got a Benz change on?" Because he didn't have a Mercedes Benz. He had a nice car, but he didn't have a Mercedes Benz. And if you want to know what he told me, this is what he told me. He said, because this is what women fall for. This is what they want. They don't see us for us. And he's saying, if I'm out here trying to, hit and do my thing or whatever, then, I'm going to conform. I'm going to give them what they want. And he would literally get play because there's two things that, because I was younger. He was the OG. He told me, say, man, there's two things a woman look at when they see you. Your shoes and your car keys. And I was like, damn. And anytime he would talk to a chick, he would do it like that. And they would look, and just off that Benz key, they'll open up conversation. If he's attractive enough for them to, want to get with. And men don't have a problem with learning from a woman. The problem is that in most cases, she's going to take him listening to him as a form of weakness. At this point, it's cheaper for a man to buy the coochie because they are already prostituting themselves anyway. And this is the problem. And then y'all wonder why we got so many passport bros. So I'm going to say it again. Ladies, I don't pay to get to know no damn body. And I'm going to end this show by saying this. I don't trick on pussy. I invest in pussy. And I plan on making a return on my investment. That's a ROI. Bars.
Until next time.